Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole, and we are live from Rythmia in Costa Rica. I am proud and honored to be one of the staff here who helps facilitate the breathwork program. And I also have the privilege of filling in for Gerry today, who normally leads these interviews so beautifully and really well. He's not able to do this today. He's traveling a bit. So I'll see what I can do, but I believe that my friend here, my guest, will make it very easy. So what we like to do here at Rythmia, we have a very specific program, week-long transformation program. And truly, every week we as the staff get to see people show up and then leave here different people, having experienced some sort of life-transforming miracle. Mm-hmm. So the specific thing that we work with, I would say our goal, our intention is helping people to reunite with their soul, with their true essence, with their authentic selves. So we use transformational breathwork, we use plant medicine, we have a bunch of different classes, yoga, meditation, amazing food, all sorts of good stuff. So my friend Kristen here has just gone through the program, nearly successfully completed it. You leave tomorrow, yeah?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So she's had an amazing experience, and so I invited her to come today to just share a little bit about that. And I hope that something about her journey and her truth and her authenticity and what she's going to share with you resonates with some of you, all of you, in some way or another. So thank you for coming. Yeah. It's not the easiest thing to do, to say, hey, come. I know you're just like all wide open now. We're going to put you in front of a bunch of people. Tell everybody your deep, dark secrets and your miracles. Yeah. So no, you don't have to do that. But maybe would tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, in Tampa Bay.
Okay. And how did you decide to come to Rythmia?
My friend Ross, he invited me to watch a documentary. Mm-hmm. Which one was it?
The Reality of Truth.
The Reality of Truth. Mm-hmm. And watched it, and at the end I was in tears. Mm-hmm. And had a chat with Ross, and he was like, we're going. I'm gonna make this happen. And he did. And yeah, a couple weeks ago, booked to come here, and excited, nervous.
Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was around Thanksgiving that we booked. So
were you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nervous. Excited, nervous. Had some fear come up.
Yeah. Which part about the movie, or about like what was coming up for you that made you want to come? Do you think? Do you know?
Really, I mean, at home over the last 2 years, I've developed my own meditation and tea ceremonies, and we have a really great community there of people who are on that same track. Mm-hmm. And like to go deep into things and find truth, and I've been on that path for a couple years now, and but I couldn't quite get to the depth that I felt like I needed to. I felt like I needed that extra little boost. Also dealing for years since I was a teenager with chronic pain, back pain, digestive issues, and wanting, kind of getting away from the Western medical system and going with more alternative treatments over the years, and using meditation to kind of release emotional pain that's been trapped in my body. And seeing that video kind of brought to life what myself and Ross were, looking at doing, at bringing that to people. Mm-hmm. In one spot, so they don't have to go searching, because that's been so many years for me, is a little bit here and a little bit there and piecing it together. And it was like, yes, let's go.
That's awesome. So cool. Okay, so then you arrived.
Yeah.
Okay, and you had tried plant medicine before or no?
No.
Okay, so you were talk to me a little bit about so we do the ceremonies here Monday through Thursday right now.
Yeah.
So you're ready for your ceremony Monday. How was your first experience?
It was good. So I went in so nervous. I like being in control. I'm not big on like having substances that take away that control. And so a big thing for me was letting go, trusting the medicine, surrendering to it. And Monday was a lot of good stuff. Fun colors. It brought me back to very childlike behavior, and it showed me where in my life I disconnected from that.
Yeah. Because that's we work with a lot of specific intentions here, right? So one of the intentions is to go into the ceremony with like, show me who I've become. Show me how I have split. I mean, if you've seen Gerry's talks here, we talk about this split, right? So where have I split from my authentic self and who have I become? So you saw the difference in like your childlike self and then okay, cool.
And then Tuesday I saw some stuff from present life back to all the way when I was born that connected me to, in the beginning, Gerry says to put 6 things aside that keep you from going deeper in life. And I wrote those 6 things in my journal. And
pause. We'll have to read it. I think it will clip. Maybe not.
Is it still going?
Maybe we are.
It's still going.
Super. Did it stay? Okay, great.
So
sorry, power went out. Just the lights. Pause.
That's good.
Good?
Yeah. Good.
You're going to get there. Okay. All good. Okay.
So Tuesday, what I saw on Tuesday, I was able to, it was very painful, but once I got through it, there was this total sense of relief, and I laid there like, wow. Yeah. And when I got back to my room and I looked through my journal again, I could connect it to why I have each one of those 6 things.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's so cool. And that was all in one night?
All in one night on Tuesday. And then Wednesday night, that was wonderful too. It was really emotionally painful. It was like this deep pain in my heart. And it was like heavy grief, loss, but it was like I couldn't connect it to anything in my present life. I could only imagine that it's something from past life. And it makes sense because with as much emotional work that I've done and meditation that I've done before I came to Rythmia, I still had this underlying kind of pain and sadness, and it just went away after that night. And
how long would you say you've been carrying that around, or like aware of it?
Since I was young, since I was a child. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thursday, which was the last night, that was magical. And it's funny because I started off, I had some trouble setting the intention. So I spoke with the shaman, I spent some time with him, kind of targeting what I wanted to set that as. And first drink, nothing. Second drink, nothing.
And so how were you doing that? I feel like sometimes in that moment, it's so tricky when you're like, you have this intention, you're hopeful.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, okay, I'm showing up, I'm drinking this drink that could make me puke, and who knows how it's going to go. And you're hopeful, and then nothing happens. So how was your state at that point?
After the second drink, I started to get a little frustrated.
Yeah.
I started to lose a little bit of faith in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of got a little angry at her. I was saying, oh, don't give me a nada.
Yeah.
Not the last night.
Yeah.
The last night.
Yeah.
And I asked for a third cup, and Brad, one of the shamans, said after I go for the healing, I can have a third cup. So I laid down, fell asleep, and then Scott, the other shaman, woke me up and brought me to get the healing. And during the healing, so much came up. It came up that I was holding on to pain, and I was holding on to disease, because it's been what I've known for half of my life.
Yeah.
And almost like I'd be losing part of my identity, mm-hmm. which is, it seems silly now looking back at it, but when I was
kind of, you said you had back pain, so tell them a little bit more about.
Yeah, so I had, since a kid, I had rotational scoliosis, degeneration, what doctors labeled as fibromyalgia for years, but then body workers said it wasn't. All throughout college, they gave me medications, kind of guinea pigged on a bunch of medications that I had to increase dose, then come off because I was on the max dose. So it's been years and years doing injections, facet joint injections, cortisone injections, and things brought me temporary relief, but not. And then when I wrote off Western medicine, I went to my neurologist, and he kind of just was like, here's some steroids, here's some muscle relaxers, you'll get through it. You always do, because he knew me for years. Yeah. And that flare-up lasted a couple months, mm-hmm. and had to stop working. And then I started on the wellness path. I saw a chiropractor who was into energy work, and slowly started easing into like medical chi work, using herbs and supplements instead of medications, and yoga, working out, taking care of my body, reducing my stress, and meditation was big. Yeah. Meditation and connecting that to the emotional pain that I was carrying. Yeah. But I still, even with meditation and a mentor to help me through that, I still couldn't find, I knew that split happened, but I didn't know when, and I didn't know the depth of it. Yeah. So the being here really, really helped that. Yeah. And then on
so then in the healing, I just wanted them to know like that it wasn't just like a random thing, that the pain's been like really something you've been dealing with and trying tons and tons of different things, and maybe wasn't even in the forefront of your mind for that healing, but okay, go on.
And so they brought me to the healing. I kneeled, and they did their shaman stuff. And the emotions came up. First it was fear, and that's when I connected to the difficulty of letting it go. Mm-hmm. And after that, I just broke down. I cried, and they did their healing. And the last shaman who came behind me, because they did the 3 of them, mm-hmm. and the third one that came, it was like they were soothing my body. Mm. And as they were going along my back, I felt my shoulder roll back, because I'm normally curled in like this with, where my right shoulder will curl in because of the rotation, and my shoulder lifted, my chest opens, my heart opens, and I felt my spine just lengthen and straighten, and I was like, wow. And then I lay back down. The sun was up by the time we were done healing, so there was no more drinking. And then I got called out by the parrots and walked around for a bit before they closed the ceremony, and felt like I still had something in there, and then had a final thing of rapé, and that invoked a purge, and I felt what came out. It was this sticky, gooey, just crud that was holding me where I was, and I saw it, and it just came out, and I went, oh, that felt good. And the shaman was laughing. He's like, yeah.
We try to tell you, like here, the puking is like a great, something you're like, great.
It feels so good.
Yeah. You're getting rid of all of that stuff that's like, it's sticky, and it's keeping you from being your true self, and realizing your full potential and all of that. Yeah. Okay, so you felt so good after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we closed ceremony, and it felt amazing. Before I went in to meet everyone for the closing, I was out on the other deck, kind of by myself, doing that.
Yeah.
And I was facing the sun. The sun was rising, and it just showered over me. And I just opened my heart, and I took it in, and it just felt amazing. I had never felt so much light and nourishment on this side of my body, because it's been closed. It's been closed off.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so how now do you feel like your life is going to be different from now on?
Yeah. And I mean, I still feel, the shaman said I'd be achy and stuff because of all the changes.
Yeah.
And even with the breath work last night, I was able to release some stuff that was stuck in my left hip.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't expect that at all with the breath work.
Yeah.
And it was funny because you came over, and I was sitting upright, and you laid me down.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I laid down, the energy through my hip was able to flow, and I released that emotion. I cried, and it felt so much better afterwards. And I think that is to come. I mean, it's piece by piece, a little bit. They explain in all the classes, it's like an onion. There are layers that you have to peel through. Mm-hmm. And Rythmia coming here has helped peel so many of those. And I think I'll continue on that journey to peel them away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To be able to shine from that. But you feel like you got that miracle merge, like you remember who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of my big things was, and not at all pressured by my parents, but always feeling like I wanted to make them proud, and I did things for them my whole life, not because of their request, but just me being who I was, and I saw that where it came from on Tuesday night, and I was able to say, I am gonna live for me, and if they support that, then wonderful, and if not, it's my life.
Yeah.
And before I knew that, it was like underneath so much, but I didn't have the courage.
Yeah.
I didn't have that little push to say, I'm gonna do this for me.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like we call it a miracle, because there's something about really you reconnecting with your soul in that way, that things just have to be different after that, and that things that we've been working on, we know, like, okay, I shouldn't try to be perfect all the time. It doesn't really matter what other people think, or I know my mom loves me, or whatever the thing is. But if you can't get it sometimes, but then once you get it, you get it, and it's stuck and everything. Yeah. So like to see the layers and the way it's going to manifest in your life, I'm super excited and happy for you and me and everybody,
and not to mention, I mean, the connections here, the staff is wonderful, and everyone who has been volunteering and involved in the classes and the breath work and the plant medicine nights. making those connections and also seeing how they can help me on that path that I want to go. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Good. So you're glad you came. Yeah. Anything that you didn't expect? Like any good realizations or things like that, that surprised you maybe that you weren't anticipating, other than all of it?
I didn't expect that sort of healing with my back.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought, maybe it could help some things, but I didn't think it would open me like that. I thought it would be a little bit more on the emotional end, and getting a little bit deeper into what I was looking for before I came to Rythmia, and I wasn't able to achieve just yet. And one thing that I really took away from one of the classes I connected to was when Paula was talking about, as a fetus, your heart develops before your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just hearing everyone's stories here, I think we all carry a lot of pain, whether it's from present life or past life, and you need to support each other more and realize that we're more alike than you think you are. Like, we are connected. That came to me one of the nights very strongly, that why do we hurt each other? Why are we so mean to each other? Not all the time, but why do we put each other down instead of building each other up? Because when I hurt you, I'm hurting myself. Yeah. And I'm hurting everyone, because we're all connected. Yeah.
Thank you. That's so beautiful. I should look and see if anybody has any questions for you, but that might, maybe we'll just check them and we'll answer you later. Anything else you want to say or you want to share? You don't have to, but if you do, anything you want to share with anybody who's maybe thinking of coming or is afraid, or just that there's anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just do it. Come to Rythmia.
It's not easy.
It's not.
But it's worth it.
Even up through all the sessions, I brought a lot of, until Tuesday, I was scared what I'd see. I was scared that it'd be too much. I wouldn't be able to handle it. But then realizing that everyone there is to support you and protect you and keep you safe, I felt better. And then going to some dark places and seeing those dark things and feeling the light after, and how much more open and at ease and loving and happy, light. It is scary to face that dark stuff, but it is so worth it. By Wednesday, I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to see some dark stuff, because I knew how good it would be after seeing it, after going through that, going into that darkness, into that abyss.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to give you a
hug.
I really appreciate you, everything, and I'm happy for you, and just bless you on the way. I know you're going to continue. I mean, you see her face, right? Look how light she is, so just keep spreading the love everywhere you go. Yeah. If you have any questions, holler at us or holler here at that phone number. We love you, and if you've been here already, we miss you. If you haven't, we can't wait to meet you. That's it. Have a great day, and you'll see Gerry next week, I believe. So thank you so much, everybody. Mwah.